Good morning and welcome to another edition of App Marketing Conversations. I am Ryan Morrell with GameHouse. As always, I'm here with Ian Sefferman of Mobile Dev HQ, Roby Ganguly of Apptentive. How are we doing this morning?
Well,
Fantastic.
Good. So as Roby mentioned in his segment, we are at Casa de la Apptentive, a little change of scenery, which is nice.
it is nice.
So today we're going to talk, we've talked to Kim Kardashian, we've talked to Amazon Fire, and now we're going to talk Google Play monetization. So Roby, you mentioned, and I think a lot of people probably saw that it's reportedly that the monetization metrics for Google Play are up substantially and maybe catching up to iOS. So maybe you can fill in some of the holes there and give your perspective on why you think that may be happening.
Yeah, so a number of reports probably 3 to 4 weeks ago that essentially over the past 12 months monetization has doubled, like the percentage of apps that are seeing revenue from Google Play is growing, but more importantly, the apps that are doing pretty well in Google Play, in-app purchases, that sort of stuff, are seeing trends that indicate that they're making a lot more money this time per average paying customer than they were last year. So in general, I think the complaint has been iOS customers actually pay for stuff. There's way more Google Play customers, but they're not paying. So that dynamic shifting obviously makes that equation of market share a more interesting one.
Yep. What do you think?
Anecdotally, I think there has definitely been a shift in consumers' perception of Android. I think sort of 3 to 4 years ago, let's take my parents as an example. My parents were like, why would I ever get an Android when I can just get an iPhone? The iPhones are just so much better, and Androids are just cheap little devices. And now my dad has a Nexus, and he's like, when he went to go get that, he was like, oh, Android looks like a really legit platform. And like my dad knows nothing about technology, right? So just to like sort of see that sense in the world change, I think it does signal that consumers are shifting. Like the makeup of the average Android user has gone up. People who will pay, people who have the disposable income, things like that.
Yep.
So I think that makes sense to me.
Yeah. Okay. So maybe so there's that aspect of it. It could also be just the inclusion of additional payment methods, over-the-air billing or carrier billing, which probably didn't exist. So, like, didn't this have to happen at some point?
Well, if they had any resources against it, it had to get better.
Yeah.
Right? Like it started out pretty poor. But it seems like they've understood for a while. There's been a thrust internally to roll out more tools and more capabilities and give people the easier options to make money in the ecosystem. So sort of felt inevitable. It's interesting because what I would love to know from the publisher's perspective, if people are just seeing better monetization or if they're also seeing better organic adoption and acquisition, because the tools that you have now as a developer in the Google Play marketplace are more sophisticated, generally speaking, than they are in iOS.
Yeah.
I wonder how much that's playing a role.
Yeah.
And Apple has no carrier billing anywhere in the world. Is that right?
Correct.
I do wonder how much that impacts Google Play
Right.
for the positive.
Yeah.
And whether Apple needs to get something like that out.
Yeah, but you don't have to have a credit card. But I guess in third world developing countries where there are no credit cards, Apple may be at a disadvantage, right? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. But do they care?
Right.
Well, I mean, because is there enough money in those countries to?
Yeah. I think that's the question. But it feels like we're racing towards that inevitability.
Yeah. Okay. So, give a prediction for when you think Android will catch up monetization-wise.
It's 2014.
I think so.
I'd say 4 years.
4 years.
I was gonna have that and go
2.
Wow. Maybe.
Yeah.
I guess, so when you think about it, do you think about it overall dollars it'll catch up in 2? Or do you think, the average revenue per...
I was thinking the average revenue, actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
Really?
Because that's what I was thinking about it, and I'm like, I think dollars maybe.
Yeah. I mean, there's just such the number is so much greater. But I mean, it it just kind of feels like the opportunity is there, and things happen a lot faster than we think they're going to happen.
Yep. Yep.
I'm gonna go with Roby, and because I have a new theory that I just invented, or I just came up with. So if I'm Google and just the general Android community, I'm concerned about Samsung's recent inability to make money, and them getting undercut on the low end by less than high-end handsets, or their ability to compete with Apple for the high-end market. So I wonder what sort of trickle-down effect that has on the ecosystem as a whole, right? Like if good enough Android handsets become the norm, and there is no high-end, then you would likely start to see another episode of the PC market where it's kind of just like clones that come out and people are just like, oh, God.
Yeah, that's an interesting point.
So that's what I'd be worried about. So I'll go with 4. I don't think the average revenue per user will ever catch up to Apple, but I think just the sheer volume will have to.
Yeah.
That's my prediction. Anything else you want to add?
No, I think it's super interesting. We're going to see if the future happens faster.
Okay.
It's funny to think that predictions we made 2 years ago, like some of them proven false. I don't know if we've been right on anything.
Yeah, I would be dead wrong on almost everything.
Well, maybe we should do, because we didn't do a predictions.
Oh, we
2014
did.
predictions. So
Yeah,
maybe we
we're
should do
halfway
like
through.
that.
We'll have to go check in on that.
Yeah. Okay. Well, thanks for watching. Make sure to check out the other segments. Like this video, subscribe to our channel, and we'll see you next time.